Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren and today I'm going to be doing Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Laurie and I love books. This is Lauren's Library. What's my channel called?
Books with Laurie.
Oh, it should be called Lauren's Library because that's the one I have up here. Today I'm going to be doing my September reading wrap-up and my October TBR.
While being closely scrutinised by her younger sister.
Exactly. My younger sister is here, so hello everyone. Say hello to the younger sister.
Ew, now I look like a troll!
Anyway.
Don't show me!
So I only managed to read 8 books this month. I have been trying to read 12 like consistently, and the first 5 months of 2024 I did consistently read 12 books every month. It's slowly been getting lower as I've been getting more busy. End of the year, hectic, whatever. So I've only read 8 this month. It's still a lot. And there is 13 books on my TBR for next month, which is way too like hopeful, but you know what, whatever. So the first book I read in, what is it called? September. The first book I read in September was Fool's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is the 15th book in the very long series I've been reading by this author. I've been reading this series for like 2 years now, and this is the second to last one, so a lot of crying happened during this. There's not really a lot I can say about this book because it is the 15th book in a series, and anything I say about it is kind of going to be a spoiler for the previous books. But if you want to know what series it is, it's The Realm of the Eldlings by Robin Hobb, and I highly recommend. It's a fantastic series. If anyone does want me to do a video on how to read this series, because it kind of can be confusing, just leave a comment and I will make a short or like a video on how to read this series. But I do highly recommend. Very good. And I rated this one 5 stars. Then I reread the Once a Broken Heart series, Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. Stephanie Garber also wrote the Caraval series, which is one of my all-time favourites. So I really enjoyed this series. Hold on. I reread these 2, and then I read this one for the first time. I'll just read the back of the book. For as long as she can remember, Evangeline Fox has believed in happily ever after, until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. So if you read Caraval and Jax was your favourite character, highly recommend reading this series because you get so much more of Jax, and like it's just my... he's just so like... I just want to like... Anyway, the first one I rated 3.5 stars, the second one I rated 4 stars, and then this one 4 stars. Stephanie Garber can create these incredibly like magical, whimsical, just fantasy lands that you just want to be a part of. I would read these books just for the like world building alone. Like it's so good. Then I read Britt Marie Was Here by Friedrich Bachmann. This is my third Friedrich Bachmann that I've read. I've also read A Man Called Ove and Anxious People, which I both rated 5 stars. This one was also 5 stars. I'm pretty sure every Friedrich Bachmann I ever read is going to be 5 stars. This follows this woman, Britt Marie, who has recently not divorced, like who is recently separated from her husband, and she wants a job, so she goes to the job agency. Did you just drink my water? She moves to this town and she stays in the recreation centre, and it's such a sweet, heartwarming story. I love the kids in this book, and Britt Marie is just very like anxious and self-conscious, and the book kind of shows her coming out of her shell a lot and just becoming herself so much more and becoming so much more confident in herself, and I love this. I love this book. I highly recommend everything by Friedrich Bachmann. He's an excellent author. I love his writing style, and I will probably read everything this man writes. I really want to read the Beartown series, which I know he's also written. So yeah, 5 stars. Then I read When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. I'm going to butcher this so badly, I'm sorry. By Paul Kalanithi. Sorry if I'm saying that. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, this is a non-fiction. My one reading goal this year, pretty much my only one, was to read at least one non-fiction, which I finally accomplished in September. It took me 9 months to read this, to read a non-fiction. And it's about this man, Paul, who worked for years and years to become a brain surgeon, like a neurosurgeon, and ended up getting cancer. And so it's his story about dealing with his grief and his death and the loss of his career and all of his hard work, him saying goodbye to his family, his last months, and it's very, very, very sad. And it makes you think about life a lot. It makes you cry. I cried a lot. This was, I think, 4 stars, 4.5, maybe 5. Girl, I don't know. Next time I do one of these videos, I'm going to get my iPad so I can actually see what I've rated them, but I think this was 4.5 stars. And then lastly this month I read Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom. This is, I think it's non-fiction. I'm not sure. I'll put it here if I got it wrong. This old like tutor teacher who is dying from a rare disease, and his student who he hasn't seen in 15 years comes to visit him every Tuesday for his last lesson. And I underlined so many pages in this. As you can see, everything, every other page is underlined. So many, because every page has this like beautiful life lesson. And I know a lot of people don't like this book because they think it's cringe or just like kind of sappy or something. I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word is I'm thinking of. But I really enjoyed it. It gives you new perspectives on life. It gives you new things to think about, and it really makes you think. And a lot of this book is actually how I do feel about life anyways. Just seeing it put into words so much better than I could ever was so like just special. I really enjoyed this. I read it in one sitting. I literally sat here on my couch. I literally sat here on my cushions, on my floor cushion, and literally just read this in a couple of hours. Then I read All the Twisted Glory by Tahira Murphy. If you didn't know this series is not as popular as her other one, but oh my goodness, I'm stumbling so bad right now. She wrote the Shatter Me series, if you didn't know. This is the This Woven Kingdom series, I think. It goes This Woven Kingdom, These Infinite Threads, and then All the Twisted Glory. This series, I wasn't like a huge fan of it, to be honest. We're just gonna have to guess. I think I rated this 3.75 stars. You can go to my Goodreads and check it out. I always put my Goodreads link in the description. But this, again, I don't know what to say about this. This is like, I don't know what to say because it's the third book. I didn't really personally enjoy this series so much. I'd say out of 5, it was probably like a 3.5 series for me. I do prefer the Shatter Me series, but it was good. It wasn't like, I don't regret reading them. It just wasn't the best series I've ever read. Like, I'm not going to reread them, but I do recommend if you want just like, it's just a fun, quirky fantasy. So yeah, that's this one. Okay, so that was the 8 books I read in September. Now I'm just going to go really super quick over the books I want to read in October. Most of these I doubt I'm probably going to get through, but I am on a book buying ban at the moment. Like I'm trying not to buy books until the end of the year. So my next big book haul trip is supposed to be in January. I don't know if I'm gonna last because I've been like 2 weeks without books and I'm actually going stir crazy. So I'm planning on doing a reread of Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I read these in 2021, loved it, and I would like to reread this series. Then I want to read Outlander by Diana Gabaldon because I've watched the Netflix show, obviously. Loved it, so I want to read these. They are quite chunky though. There's like over 1,000 pages in each book, and the series is like 6 books long, so I don't know if I'm going to get through this, but I want to. I want to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This has been on my classics list for a very long time. There are a couple of classics I want to read this month. Hold on. I also want to reread The Hobbit, and I also want to read The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I don't know, I've just heard like it's just a famous book. I want to know what the fuss is about. I want to read Letters to the Lost by Bridget Camera. I think this is a romance or maybe like a sad book. I don't know what it's actually about, but I want to read it. Then I want to read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I did have this book back in 2021, but I gave it away because it wasn't really my thing back then. But I think now that I'm older, I'm more able to appreciate books like this, so I want to give it another go. Then I want to read 50/50 by Steve Kavanaugh. This is a mystery/thriller that has been on my list for years, and I finally found it at a secondhand shop, so I want to read this. Then I also have Family of Liars, which is this by E. Lockhart, the same person who wrote We Were Liars. I did read that book a really long time ago, but I haven't read this one, and I saw it in a secondhand shop and decided to buy it. Then I want to read It by Stephen King. I don't know if I'm going to get around to this because I am at the moment reading Insomnia by Stephen King, and I'm planning on finishing that this month. And then there's also the last Robin Hobb book in the series that I want to finish this month. What's that book called? Fool's Fate? Assassin's Fate. I want to read Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. So I don't know if I'm going to get around to this because it is like over 1,000 pages, but we'll see. the Black Magician trilogy. I found these books secondhand and I want to read them. And these two, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to read. I just picked them up for cheap and I was like, why not? I've seen this one around. I don't know what it's about. And I've also read another book by Adrian Young. What did I read? I read Fable and Namesake by Adrian Young. So I don't know if I'm going to read these. Probably not. I'll probably just give them to my little sister. I don't know. I'm not sure about those. But the rest of the ones I am planning on reading. Oh my goodness, my leg! I can't feel my leg. My leg has gone completely dead. Cannot feel a thing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below of your favourite book of September, if you have. Anyway, I'm gonna go clean this up. I had to knock my teddies off of the chair to film this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Bye bye.